Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hello, friends. How are you? Welcome to those of you who are joining me live. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm going to see if I can get you shared out there so more people can find us. Let's see who can join us live. If you are live, make sure you say hi so I can see that you're here and say hi. If you are watching replay, make sure you type replay in the comments so I know that you are here on replay and watching with us, so I can come back and say hi. It is the week of Christmas. For those of you celebrating Christmas, that is a big deal, and there's a lot going on. We got a busy day, and our Christmas will start this evening, so pretty excited. But I did not want to make that mean that I wasn't coming back to talk with you today. So I will be here this Thursday and next Thursday because we got a lot to talk about. So we're talking about delegation, especially because I remember when I was just starting to believe that I could even delegate. And I had gotten to the point where I'd finally kind of figured out a list of things that, okay, yes, I could get that off my plate. Yes, I could train somebody else to do it. Yes, I would trust someone else to do it. And I wasn't going to do it. But I was still paralyzed. Like I still couldn't move forward. I just couldn't see the way forward because I was afraid of messing up. I was afraid of hiring the wrong person. I was afraid of doing it in the wrong order. And there were a lot of thoughts going through my head that made me think that I wasn't ready, that I couldn't do it, that it was going to be a lot harder than it needed to be. And if that if you relate to that at all, make sure you put something in the comments. Say, raise your hand, say yes. Let me know that you can relate to this too. Like I literally just I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do. When your mind is in a state of confusion, you don't act. Well, that was where my mind was. I had kind of made the baby step into going, okay, I think that I should delegate. Okay, next step, baby step. Okay, now I've got a list of things that maybe I could even delegate. Okay, now what? Oh my gosh, just kind of hunker down and curl up in a ball and cry, right? So, but I got through it because fast forward 10 years and here I am with a team I love, delegating a lot of the work. Yeah, I could still delegate more. I'm going to go through this challenge with you all, honestly, the Delegate It challenge that I'll be talking about in a minute, so that I can work on my own delegation. But it has changed my world, and I want to do that for you as well. So, some of the big questions that have come up for me, and maybe are coming up for you, is what's the right order? Like, what do I delegate first? Is there a right order to do it in? And here's what I'm going to tell you. There are definitely things that will. So if you can make a list, so the very first place to start is to make a list of all the tasks that you do and figure out the ones that you want to get off your plate. And then you start looking at those and start prioritizing because then you're going to look for the ones that I want you to be thoughtful and strategic about this. Like, I don't want it to be a off the cuff, oh my gosh, I hate video editing, so that's going to be the first thing I get off. Maybe that is the right thing to get off your plate. Or maybe it's sending your email newsletter. Maybe the whole idea of the tech and setting all that up is too much for you. Maybe that is the first thing. But rather than just doing it out of sheer frustration or um, out of panic, I want you to be thoughtful and strategic about thinking through the things that you're going to delegate because there's a lot of reasons for that. One, you have a plan and it's not kind of a knee jerk reaction. You actually have a plan going into it thoughtfully. You could potentially find somebody to do several things and not just one thing. So you can kind of be more efficient there. You can figure out what is going to be most effective, most efficient for you. You don't just start. You can start small. You don't have to be big. You don't have to jump in to getting a full-time virtual assistant, for instance, or hiring a full-time employee, or it doesn't have to be big. Like it can be a small little thing. I've told you, I think last week I told you the story about the very first thing I delegated was running an errand by calling a courier to take something up to a client. That was delegation. It scared me. I thought it was a waste until I'd done it, and then I realized that it wasn't a waste. It was actually a great use of my time. It didn't cost me that much, and it was a better use of my time than going up there myself. Excuse me. Like my cute little Christmas mug. Um, so recognizing that you can start small, doesn't have to be big. Then you look at the things that can benefit you the most. What are to get it off your plate? What are the things that you really hate doing? What are the things that will actually benefit you to get them off your plate to free up time for other things? That would be the next thing to look at. Then you can look at what's going to be the most profitable for you. Yes, you are paying somebody, and I know that feels scary because now you have overhead, you have outgoing money, and you're trying to bring in money. I get that, but you are freeing up your time to do this. So what would give you more time to do what you make money at versus doing things that you're not going to make money at? And what are those things that you could hire out? So thinking about your profitability, and then what are you going to free up the most by getting off your plate, both mentally and physically? There's a lot of brain weight, mind weight that we carry around with us, thinking about all the things we have to do, and that can really play a toll on us. That can weigh a lot on our mental well-being, which then affects our physical well-being. So really thinking about what will free you up mentally and physically. So what's going to actually free you up your time. But thinking about that mental load as well and your physical. So, what is going to actually give you back some time? And maybe not even just time for your business, but maybe time for your for your self-care time. Self-care is such a big thing right now. We all know it's important. We all know we don't do it very well. So, what if you could get something off your plate so you could actually take care of yourself? That is the number one thing for a solopreneur to be able to do, is take care of yourself. Because if you can't function, if you get sick, the business goes down. So it's really important for us to take care of ourselves. Um, so making sure you've got that self-care time, making sure you've got the balance, that you have the time with your family that you want to spend, and looking at the things that will free you up to do that. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, you're like, yeah, Tiffany, I need to do that too. Great. Come sign up for the Delegate It challenge. We are going to walk through this process step by step. By the end of 5 days together, we're going to spend 5 days, 30 to 45 minutes each day. We're going to actually do the work together. And by the end of those 5 days, you will know exactly what tasks you want to delegate off your plate and where to start first and how to do it successfully. Like, we'll talk about how to actually dig in, make sure that you're delegating successfully and you don't face plant because it was a horrible hire, or you didn't train them well, or whatever the problem could be, whatever the problem that you can tell yourself it's going to become. It doesn't have to be that. So let's work together to figure out your delegation plan. I will put the in the comments below. I'm going to put the link so you can come join us. So make sure that you come join us. If delegation needs to be on your list for 2022, you know you need to do it, but it's hard, you're not sure where to start, then please do yourself a favor and come join us. The recordings will be available, so even if you can't join us live every day, that's totally fine. The recordings will be there, but certainly live will be better because we'll be very interactive. We'll be doing a lot of workshopping, and we'll be running from January 24th to the 28th at 11 a.m. Central Time. All right, so all of that information is on the sign up page that I will drop in the comments below. And I can't wait to see you. And I can't wait to see what good we are going to do for your business and jumpstart your delegation habits. Like, really, I can't tell you what a game changer it will be for your business if you can start delegating and doing it successfully. I know where I was 10 years ago. I know how paralyzed I was with the thought of trying to delegate and getting somebody else to do something in my business. And I know how far I've come. So I want that for you too. So come join us, share this with friends, invite this with friends, make sure they join us too. The more the merrier, and certainly accountability is always a good thing. So you can keep each other accountable. Let's do this together. All right, my friends, I will see you next Thursday. And I will look forward to talking to you then. But until then, if you're celebrating Christmas, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Enjoy, relax, unplug, rejuvenate, and we'll see you next week. Bye.